Hell yeah. Well guys, Chef Beardsly. This video is not a tutorial. I'm gonna preface that right now. We're gonna be souping up my Coleman mini bike here. This has a 194, 98, something like that on it stock right now. What we're gonna be upgrading to is a Predator 212, but we're not gonna leave it stock. We rejet the carb, and then we're going to, we got the billet rod, we got a new cam, we got a billet flywheel, obviously new gaskets, springs, throttle plate for the top, muffler, and the exhaust is over there on the lift. So again, this is not a tutorial, this is just me building my toy. I'll be watching and following Redbeard's garage. He does, he has this series where he puts all these in, and it's broken down great. Like, he's like, as he's taking it apart, it tells you what size sockets you need. When he's like torque it down, it tells you the torque spec. So I've taken governors and stuff out when I was younger, but never put like flywheels in and new rods, and I never messed with that because we just kind of rednecked it, ripped it out, and just sent it. So I'll be watching Redbeard as I'm doing this. I'll update you guys as we go along, some time lapses and stuff, but I figured I'd film it and show you, or not really show you, but as I build it, show you like, hey, we got this done, we got this. So I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod, and I already rejet the carb. That's easy. You just drop the bowl, put the new jet in, tighten it down, and you're done. What we're gonna have to do is we gotta pull the tank off, gotta pull this, the throttle linkage stuff off, because the governor is coming out, obviously. Carburetor has to come off, exhaust is already off, gotta take off the valve cover, and we're gonna get into the motor. I'm pumped. It's gonna be sick. Hell yeah. All right, so update. Obviously, I got the side cover off, got the stock cam out. We're in the process of removing the oil sensor because you don't want this in here, because when the oil sloshes, it'll kill the motor, thinking it's low. We're pulling that, and then we're gonna pull the governor arm here, and then in the back right here, you see that on the top left, back there, that plastic gear, that's the other part of the governor. And when you pull this rod out, there's a gear on the back that we're gonna knock off too. Yeah, and then we gotta put the new rocker springs in. They're over there. Then we have to, excuse me, put a screw or a bolt in the bottom here. We're gonna have to tap it, put a bolt here for where the sensor used to be. We also have another bolt for where the sensor used to come out here. We're gonna bolt that so nothing obviously leaks. And then we can install the new cam, which is over here, in here. Oh no, before we put the new cam in, we gotta pull the piston. So we have to pull the head off, pull the piston, put the new rod on, and do all that. But again, Redbeard Garage, step by step, if you guys notice. Pause, do, pause, do, pause, do. And again, this is, I'm gonna have to go from this to like 2 videos down, because he put the rod and stuff in later. So I'm doing the first steps, and then yeah, getting there, man. I'm enjoying it. I do like doing this stuff. Again, I never got super in-depth like this before on one of these. So, but Redbeard's Garage is definitely a solid go-to for this stuff. So yeah, let me keep going. All right, doesn't look like much has happened, but it has. I put a bolt in the top for where the governor arm was. I put a bolt on the other side here where that gear we popped out. You had to use a punch to punch this out. You actually had to whack it pretty good. It was in there pretty good. Right now I'm about to tap a 7/16 thread on the side of the block here for where the sensor went, and then we're gonna put this bolt in there. I disconnected the rod right here because I was having a hell of a time getting the governor out and lined up, so the rod has to come off anyway, and the head, so I just disconnected it for now. Obviously flywheel's off, all that stuff. We're gonna have to pull this anyway. We have to pull off that governor gear that's on the other side of this rod, or this here, I don't know, but yeah, we're getting there. I'm actually having a lot of fun. So yeah, and then once this is tapped and the bolts in, I had to change videos here and go to where he was putting the new rod on, and then the new cam obviously just goes in, and then we should be able to close it up. Yeah, because we have to put the piston down, because the head will be off. We'll put the piston down, hook up the rod, torque it down, put the head on, or obviously it goes in while the head's, you know what I'm talking about. And then, yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. Again, step by step, Redbeard Garage, awesome. All right, sorry guys, I got super into concentration. I got the piston out, put the new rod on right there. Philip, that was the part I was the most nervous about. I did get one of these compressors for the rings. It helped a lot. I wanted to make sure the gap was correct. So I was a little nervous about that, but you know, I took my time. Honestly, I checked it like 5 times before I finished tapping it in. So she's all good. I meant to tell you guys, on this back end here, I did snap a head of a bolt off, but since this is all apart, I managed to get the screw, the bolt out and replace that bolt. So, you know, things happen. I did one too many Douglas. So now we got to put on the other part, here it is, of the rod. We got to torque this down. I'm not sure what the torque is, but again, the Redbeard Garage tells you, and I'm using oil to put this together, so it's a different torque spec, but that's all in his video. So yeah, so let me get this all on there. We'll torque her down, and the hard stuff should be done, like the internal stuff. And honestly, none of it was hard. It's just I've never done this much before. Then the next step is on the head. I gotta replace the springs. Yeah, and then it's pretty much put it back together. Hell yeah. So I know someone watching his videos, I just put the cam in, had to take it out because I have a clearance issue. I gotta do some grinding right in here on both sides. But in his video, he torques down the rod and then checks for clearing and then grinds it down. I recommend snugging it, checking for clearance, grind if you have to, and then torque it down. Now I had to take it apart just to do grinding when I could have just, my fault, I should have watched ahead, but I feel like that you should just snug it down, check, and then grind. So, alright, let me pull it back apart. Alright, boom. I had you guys set up on a time lapse, but my GoPro said F you, so sorry about that. But I pulled out the oh my god, my brain's all over the place. But that part I had to make clearance. I did. Again, if you're watching his follow along videos, make sure you check for clearance before you torque anything down, because that sucked. I had to pull it all out again, but we're good. We got the flywheel on, obviously. I gapped the the coil. Again, sorry, my brain's all over the place. I gapped the coil. He recommended 40 for the gap, or 0.40,000, I guess you'd call it. So I used my 0.35 and my my 0.035 and my 0.005. and managed to squeeze them in there, and spun the flywheel so the magnet lined up to make sure everything was good. Snugged it down, good to go. I think the next step is we put the cover back on. We got to put the carb back on, and then we got to put the throttle plate up on top. But I'm not sure if we're going to film that or not. We'll see. I am getting ready to do a live. You guys don't know I do a live stream every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called RC Saturday Morning RCs, but obviously I do everything. So we got a bunch of RCs. We got the mini bike we're working on. Always tinkering, man. My workbench is a mess. Here's what that governor looks like from the inside, but we ain't gonna use no governor. But yeah, so everything's good. Clearance is all good. Nothing's hitting now. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the gap I have over here on the lifting rods or the lash, because I'm not 100% sure if I should do it at bottom dead center or top dead center. I don't know. Everything I find, nobody really tells you. So we're just gonna roll with it. I talked to Gus, he said do it at the top. So that's what I did. But yeah, let's keep it going, man. It's a pretty flywheel. Pretty. Boom. There we go. Pull start on. It's a shame we have to cover up that flywheel, but yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. We have to put the throttle plate on, and they say you can't run the tank on top of the motor with this throttle plate. Can't or shouldn't is two different things. So we're gonna figure something out maybe. But yeah, we're getting there. Again, we're actually doing this live right now. If you guys don't know, I do a live stream every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning RCs. I know this isn't RC, but it's still badass. We do a little bit of everything. Let's get back to it, and I'll show you guys after I put I think next step we'll put the carb on, make this look nice for the spark plug. This kit does come with a new spark plug. I had to stock one in there now, but we're gonna put this spark plug in there, mount that all up, and then we're gonna figure out the throttle plate. Boom, throttle plate is on. It's just these two bolts and a bolt in the front, throttle plate. And then your linkage here, it comes parallel, like this and this are facing the same way. All I did was take two vice grips, grip it and twist it so I can get this in and this in here. And now, hell yeah, beautiful. Obviously carburetor's on, ready to go. So hell yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end this here. Again, this isn't a tutorial. I'll have Redbeard's garage linked in the description down below. Go check him out. That's where I followed. The only thing is, again, for the clearance issue, check your clearance before you torque anything for the rod, so you don't have to take it apart like I did. Other than that, super smooth. I had a lot of fun with it. The next video of this will be it on the mini bike and us hauling ass. Obviously I still have to set the one part of the torque converter on that side and stuff, but I figured that's good for, that's the main nitty-gritty stuff that I feel like people would like to see. Hell yeah, I'm pumped. So yeah, like and subscribe. Next video on this will be it running and me hauling ass, and yeah, catch you guys soon. We got RC stuff coming. I've just been focusing on this because I'm having a lot of fun building it, and I was waiting for the parts for a while. So hell yeah. So check out Redbeard's garage. That's what I followed to do this. His bills are crazy. He's like, so he knows what he's doing. I don't. But I'm having a blast. So like and subscribe. Next project might be a go-kart. All right.